AngryAussie. AngryAussie.
The Australian government introduced some industrial relations laws a little while ago, which they called work choices. Now, the choices being offered have not been all that popular. Unions have portrayed the choices as essentially being bend over and take it up the clacker or have no job at all. Unsurprisingly, the government has disagreed with that point of view and has run a series of ads saying why the scare tactics being used by the unions aren't true. Ads paid for with my tax dollars, thank you very much! Amusingly enough, these taxpayer-funded ads have not been having quite the effect the government intended. The ads have been starting off with people voicing the concerns that the government says are unfounded. People saying things like, "Oh, I heard I can lose my penalty rates. Gee, I thought I was going to lose my sick pay. Oh, the boss can sack me without reason. And, the boss can sodomise me repeatedly and I have to say, thank you, sir, may I have another?" Then the calming workplace ombudsman comes on and says, none of this is true. But everyone's watching the ads and they're just saying, what? I can lose my job? What? My penalty rates? What? And they're not even hearing the reassuring bit at the end. So the government's doing different ads. But my personal favourite happened this week with a photograph, a newspaper and magazine ad with a concerned looking dad and his teenage son saying, "I heard the work choices let employers rip off teenagers." And then there's a bit saying, no they can't. But it turns out the actor playing the dad also runs a business who's guilty of ripping off teenagers. Honestly, they could not have screwed this thing up more if their worst enemy had planned it for them. Government officials, do you hear that rattling noise? It's the clue train speeding past your office. You need to buy a ticket. That's the news, and that is the truth.